Howdy folks, once again this is Nico from Wikia's Community Development Team. In this installment we'll be exploring one of the many strongholds that the Shadow Mordor world has to offer. Some of you may be asking what makes a stronghold different from other locations, which is a very valid question. Strongholds can best be described as heavily fortified forts that are guaranteed to have a myriad of war chiefs, captains, and hordes of Uruks. One of the main facets that makes strongholds so scary is the fact that an alarm can be sounded by the enemy to alert all the enemies within the vicinity of your presence. This can cause quite a chaotic and sometimes overwhelming atmosphere for a player. Oftentimes when strolling through a stronghold, you'll encounter multiple captains as well as war chiefs, and the common phrase, "when it rains, it pours," is very applicable. Before you know it, you'll be battling a handful of elite captains and panicking as you look for a nearby herb to heal. When you find yourself in a bind, the best thing to do is try to find some high ground. Uruks climb much slower than you and typically form a single file line when it's their turn to climb up after you. Once you're on the high ground, find the quickest way to get out of the stronghold region. Or similar to Grand Theft Auto, if you can stay out of sight for a certain amount of time, let's say around 30 seconds, you can start with the alarm and try to sneak out. It should be mentioned that if you don't already have the Elven Swiftness ability, it can be heavily utilized to increase the gap between you and your enemies in situations like these. If escape or stealth is not an option of yours, using the environment to your advantage will prove to be very useful. One of the Wraith abilities, Detonate, allows for you to shoot any explosive object, including grog barrels and campfires. Do your best to try to herd up a pack of Uruks and bring them in proximity of one of these hazards mentioned. Another crowd control ability that will help you is Wraith Flash. Wraith Flash will stun and damage enemies in a small area of effect and buy you time to get away. Well, big thanks to everybody who watched. Be sure to check out all other videos on the Super Walkthrough page for everything you need to know about Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor.